Hello, Peter. Today as well, I'm happy to share this time with you in this place. This is a very enjoyable time, and thank you for always sharing time like this.
It's my pleasure, Mika, and konnichiwa to you and the people of Japan, and also all those
Yeah.
that are watching from elsewhere as well. Thank
Yes,
you.
konnichiwa. Yeah, thank you. So I'd like to move on. The first question is about clearing. You're often talking about the importance of clearing. James Gilliland has also repeatedly talked about the importance of that. Could you tell us a bit more about clearing, including how to do it more effectively?
Well, the great saying James has is if you don't like what you're feeling, do a clearing. There's many applications and effects with clearings in terms of if you're not feeling well, we could say psychic attacks, or you might be feeling other people's energies. You might want to clear around projects and things that you're working on. Also around your health, clearing of negative influences or entities. There's many applications for clearings, but when it comes down to it, it's keeping on top of them. So doing them multiple times a day. And it's basically a type of prayer, we could say, to where you're calling upon the divine. You can call upon Jesus, Yeshua, Buddha, Kuan Yin, any sort of, we could say, saints, sages, or masters that you feel inclined to do from the heart space. But calling upon the Holy Spirit, God source, the divine, as a main benefit from it is really helpful. With that said, it's the conviction of knowing what you're doing. And there are many different types of extraterrestrial, multidimensional, and also masters that are residing on different frequencies on Earth at this time that are there to assist as well. But there are cycles in our life and some things that we do have to endure and experience. Sometimes it's learning from old patterns and programs and past life experiences and traumas and judgments. So they're there to assist when you're doing a clearing and you're connecting to the divine, you're connecting to the guides, the spirit team, what have you. And it's the conviction of knowing that it's already done. A prayer is most beneficial and effective when you know that it's done already, that you ask and say, thank you for me being cleared, rather than, can you please clear me? There's a big difference in the way that we speak and the yearning for it rather than knowing that it's already done. There's another aspect with this as well of mastering the mind. Because to an extent, if you're not convicted in what you're saying and know that it's already done, and you're not seeing certain patterns that are going on, clearings can feel and at times be ineffective for some people if that's what they're feeling. It's assessing what else is going on, and in some cases mastering the mind, because they can be a band-aid for some people and they can go into victim mentality if they're not realizing what they need to own in it, which is being your own authority, being a spark of the divine here expressed through you, which is what we all are, an expression of God, source, creator. So if not taking self-responsibility and mastering the mind, the clearings at times can seem ineffective, but there is always a benefit to all clearings. So I hope that's able to make sense, Mika.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next, spending time in nature becomes grounding. But at the same time, I also feel it has many other benefits. It can heal, purify, improve physical condition, balance of mind, body, and spirit, get inspiration, answers to questions, and being at one with nature can bring us happiness, joy, and harmony. we do grounding, and the more we connect with the earth stronger, the more our senses become sharpened. And I believe that we can also more connection with the universe. Could you give us your message about grounding?
Grounding is something that should be done daily, depending on your environment. Living in a city or a built-up area, we could say concrete jungle, it can be a bit hard for some, whether it's just opening a window, connecting that way. But there are also devices now called earthing mats and other products that can still ground you in certain situations. The effects from grounding, we could say, are multi-layered. You've got the physical effects. Now, we do know now, if people want to check a documentary called, I think there's one called Grounding and Earthing. They're two different documentaries, words to that effect anyway. And the science now is showing that a lot of our situations with our health, that when we've got things going on, has got to do with inflammation. And that grounding, in some cases, in a lot of cases actually from the science, we can see that people can get healing from earth through connecting with the earth, which is what we naturally did as a people, though a lot of us aren't from here, even our heritage, it's off-world, but the earth has a frequency, and when we resonate in harmony with it, there is a lot of different benefits. Now, there's also the discharging aspect, that we can discharge extra energy and we can balance our energy out by just physically touching with the earth. So I'm not a specialist in all areas, but there's even techniques of grounding through spiritual techniques. Now, imagination is creation. And once you start working with different layers of the light body, a practice that you can do is visualizing a cord going even from the heart space down the bottom of the spine and connecting to Mother Earth. And with that, you can send just any energies that are depleting you, energies that are unproductive for you, and Mother Earth can transmute that, and you can feel the love from Mother Earth come back up and connect with the heart space. There's actually a lot of different techniques that I've got out there, as well as many others in this area. So the balancing act with it is key, because it's all about balance. There's even effects when grounding of sleeping better, feeling more energized, feeling more clear, and even connected to spirit. So I would recommend people checking out grounding products. Some people are now saying that depending on the electrical grid that you're connected to can also depend if these things are effective or not. I don't know yet from the science behind that. But if you can ground, the more often, the better. Even if it's for 2 to 5 minutes sitting outside, hands connecting with the earth or your feet. And I think it's all got to do with balance.
Thank you. Sorry. We are on Earth right now. That's why I believe there are the joy of experience in this physical dimension. However, if we focus only the physical aspects, we out of balance. So I think we also need to deepen our spiritual learning as well. How do you think it's good to put self-mastery to use to balance the physical and the spiritual?
Balance is key. So it's going to be different for each person because of the balance factor. And self-mastery is acknowledging, not just being in charge of your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings, but also being in charge of balance within your life. So some people might be extremely busy with work and their relationships or their love life, or their health starts to go downhill. And some people might be more focused on other people and their work, and other things can be disrupted. So with the self-mastery aspect, it's being neutral and observing your life circumstances and being conscious that you are aware of what's going on. So being conscious that you're conscious, or being aware that you're conscious of your thoughts and you're conscious of the circumstances that you're in. That's the self-mastery right there, because once you can look at things from a neutral observation point, you can see where things need altering, where they need adjustment. And I think being spiritual most of all is enjoying the earth human experience. We think we need to be in the fifth dimension or in a meditative state all the time, but it's embodying the meditative state and those practices in your day-to-day life where the real self-mastery kicks in. Being of service to others, being a helping hand where you can be, just being somebody to listen. When people need somebody just to listen to them, if they need somebody to talk to. The hug, the kiss from another human, the laughs that we can have, the joy that we can have. These are things that have a spiritual byproduct from them in the human experience that can raise our frequency through the love, through the joy, through the bliss. And it's very serious to be in the self-mastery and spiritual areas when we look at these, especially when you're a newcomer, but balance with these things are absolute key, and it's embracing the physicalness. There are many entities out there and other forms of intelligences, and mainly what we could say is everyone's highest expression, that would love to experience the earth human experience. They can't smell like we can smell things. They can't taste. They can't feel the joy and the hug and the love from another in the way that we do with the denseness here. So it's actually a twofold thing. We could say that the denseness here, but there's an amplification through this experience, which is where the mastery of the mind comes in. So being conscious of what's not working for you, where you can change things, but also being open to new opportunities and expecting the unexpected and not being so rigid in one's ways is also key. And then we could say connecting to the heart, connecting to the higher mind and asking yourself, how should I navigate this? What should I do in this circumstance? Rather than an external source, and sometimes external sources can be great for advice, seeing things from another point of view, but we do have those answers within, and sometimes we can feel quite uncomfortable, especially when we're in self-mastery, because now we're in charge. We're not relying on other external forces, that you're going to step into the unknown on a regular basis. But that's where we thrive, that's where we grow, that's where we learn, and that's where we can reach human potentiality in ways that we rise to the occasion each time that we wouldn't do otherwise if we didn't do so.
Thank you. So Peter, today as well, thank you for a wonderful time. We all gain different learning and awareness through our experiences on this earth in our own individual processes. I feel that each of them is a beautiful moment. I hope these messages will help you to walk the process of your journey more enjoyable. With love and gratitude to Peter and all of you. Thank you very much.
Many blessings. Thank you, Mika.
Thank you.